Doctor Who, the longest-running science fiction series in history, a staple of British television since 1963, a show about a madman in a blue box traveling through time and space, saving planets, civilizations, and in the process, inspiring generations. A show with infinite possibilities, an ever-evolving lead, and some of the greatest sci-fi storytelling ever put to screen. And yet, here we are in 2025 watching it disintegrate before our eyes. Why? Because my love's progressive politics has driven it into the bloody ground. Let's talk about it. Before we dissect the flaming wreckage that is modern Doctor Who, let's remind ourselves why it was brilliant in the first place. For decades, Doctor Who captured the imagination of audiences worldwide by being quite literally a show with infinite possibilities. The Doctor could go anywhere in time and space. You want Shakespeare and witches done. A creepy gas mask child in wartime London, sorted, dinosaurs on a spaceship, why the hell not? The whole of human history and the farthest reaches of the universe were at the writer's fingertips. There were no limits, no boundaries, just the best sci-fi playground imaginable. The show's genius didn't stop there. The concept of regeneration allowed Doctor Who to do what no other series could, change its lead without breaking continuity. When an actor wanted to leave, the Doctor simply regenerated, bringing in a fresh take, a new interpretation, and a different energy while keeping the essence of the character intact. It was a storytelling goldmine. At the same time, Doctor Who maintained an identity through its recurring elements. The TARDIS, an old blue police box that's bigger on the inside, was instantly recognizable and synonymous with adventure. The sonic screwdriver, the ultimate sci-fi cheat code, was always on hand to unlock doors, scan alien tech, and save the day. Psychic paper allowed the Doctor to bluff their way into any scenario, and of course, no season was complete without the Daleks screeching at some poor fool. Despite being an alien, the Doctor was never alone. The companion, a modern, everyday human, grounded the show, acting as the audience's lens into this mad universe. They asked the questions we would ask, felt the emotions we would feel, and made the show accessible to all. The best companions weren't just sidekicks, they were fully fleshed out characters who had their own growth, arcs, and impact on the Doctor. But above all, Doctor Who lived and died by its writing. At its peak, it was clever, thrilling, heartbreaking. It wasn't just about aliens and time travel, it was about morality, sacrifice, the value of life. It made you laugh, it made you cry, it made you grip the edge of your seat, and that is why it lasted for over 60 years. And now it's a shadow of its former self. It's dying, not because audiences suddenly decided they didn't like Doctor Who, but because the BBC and Russell T Davies have turned it into a glorified lecture series. Instead of writing great stories, they'd rather use the show as a platform for their personal politics.
It never feels important to me, it feels natural, because you've got to realize that is my world. It's my only world.
Yeah.
I don't recognize any other world. And if you look at the rest of my work, I mean, that's the work I've been doing since 1999. So it's just natural to me. There's no other way I would write.
Remember when Doctor Who was about thrilling adventures? Now we get episodes that feel like they've been written by Twitter activists. The show used to be subtle and intelligent in its social commentary, layered, engaging, thought-provoking. Now it bludgeons you over the head with the message in the most ham-fisted way possible, and audiences, they're leaving in droves. Take Ncuti Gatwa's first full season. Ratings have plummeted to between 2.25 and 3.18 million, a fraction of what Doctor Who used to pull in. The worst part, even the cast and crew know the writing's on the wall. Word is Ncuti has already filmed his regeneration scene because he doesn't want to be tied to the sinking ship. Can't blame the man. His team is apparently worried about backlash and how it might affect his fucking Hollywood career. That should tell you everything. And the story's embarrassing. The 60th anniversary special, a golden opportunity to celebrate the show's legacy, decided that the most important moment was the Doctor suddenly realizing he was fucking gay for Isaac Newton. Yes, really, another episode had a character saving London because they were trans. Again, not making that.
We're binary. She's not. Because the Doctor's male and female.
And neither. And more.
And before anyone gets their knickers in a twist, the issue isn't representation. The issue is how these things are written, forced, clumsy, and completely immersion breaking. The show has abandoned compelling narratives in favor of ticking diversity boxes and ramming a progressive message down the audience's throat. It's not just viewers who have noticed. Crew members have spoken out, warning that the show is too obsessed with its agenda and losing focus on storytelling. And what happened? They were ignored. Now they're being laid off because, surprise, surprise, the show is bleeding viewers and revenue. So what happens now? Well, as it stands, the BBC is waiting to see how Shooty's second season performs before making a final decision. But here's the kicker. Crew members on set have been told not to expect work for at least 5 years. That's how bad it's gotten. Even Disney, which poured £100 million into the show, is reportedly considering pulling out. And if Disney isn't interested in your progressive project, you know you've properly messed up. And let's be realistic. If Doctor Who gets shelved, it's not coming back anytime soon. The last time it was axed in 1989, it took 16 years to return. And even then, it needed a failed TV movie in 1996 before it got a proper reboot in 2005. The difference? That cancellation wasn't due to the writers actively alienating their audience. This time it's entirely self-inflicted. Doctor Who was a show about adventure, wonder, and heart. It was about hope. And it still could be if the BBC stopped trying to lecture us and started telling great stories again. But until then, Doctor Who is heading for the great television graveyard, buried under the weight of its own wokeness. And to that I say, fuck it. You had a good run, Doctor, but even you can't regenerate out of this one. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, stay chic, stay tech savvy, and most importantly, stay tuned for more exciting content here on Chick Tech Spotlight. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content coming your way real soon.